Hello, welcome back to Green Hill Gaming, where I share my passion of video games with the whole wide world. In this live stream, I'll be checking out the 1000 tomes in Final Fantasy XVI. What is the 1000 tomes? It's essentially the Encyclopedia of Final Fantasy XVI. So sit back, relax, but as always, and more importantly, enjoy the live stream. I'm now going to get my live stream up and running on my phone so I can interact with you lovely people and also share my live stream onto Facebook so more potential lovely people can join the live stream. I'm not sure how long this live stream is going to be honest with you. So maybe keep that in mind. Okay, so yeah, the 1000 times. It's the Encyclopedia of Final Fantasy XVI. You learn about characters, the lore, and locations and others in this encyclopedia, the 1000 tomes. This guy here, Harpocrate, almost sounds like a hypocrite. Harpocrate, are you a hypocrite? No, okay. Disclaimer, small print alert. Green Hill Gaming cannot pronounce 90% of words, especially in video games. So you may want to keep in mind that I'm going to be slaughtering the pronunciation. I can't even pronounce pronunciation. If that doesn't set the tone, I don't know what will. To be quite honest with you, I don't know what will. Daniel. Hello to you. Daniel, you are also very welcome to, I don't know why you said also, because you're the only person in the live chat, but you are welcome, as always, to Green Hill Gaming. Daniel, how are you doing today on this glorious Saturday? Welcome to my Final Fantasy XVI live stream, where I'll be checking out the 1000 tomes, which is essentially the encyclopedia of the game, explaining the game's lore, characters, locations, and others. So hope that you enjoy the live stream, Daniel. And bear in mind that I pronounce certain words and names terribly, so just do keep that in mind.
For a tale? Or
I have indeed.
You have one of your own. You wish to study the tomes?
I do wish to study the tomes. Good day to you too, sir. Good day to you. How's your day going? Bear in mind, I'm not sure how long this live stream is going to be, so yeah, do keep that in mind. But enjoy. So this right here is the 1000 tomes. As I mentioned, it is an encyclopedia of the game, explaining the story behind characters, locations, and lore, and others. So you can see at the top you have relevant topics, including a character called Gav, the King's Fall, the Imperial Army, Clive Rosefield, Ifrit, and Jill Warwick. Below that then you have compiled knowledge. So there's compiled knowledge of persons of interest, lay of the land, mysteries of the realm, and the bestiary. And you can even search. If you wanted to search for someone or something specific, search away. This is quite unique to the series, and I quite like it because I'm all about story in my games. I also like the 8-bit pixel version of Harpocrate as well. It's a nice throwback to the original series. It really is nice. Hello, Chad Middleton. Chad Middleton's new account. Welcome, as always, to Green Hill Gaming. I'm going to make you a mod now because you were a mod. So you're therefore your new channel. has to be made a mod as well. So welcome back to the world of Moderator. How are you doing, Chad, on this glorious Saturday? Welcome to my Final Fantasy 16 live stream where I'm checking with 1,000 tomes, which is the Encyclopedia of Final Fantasy 16. So no gameplay, sorry. This is more of a history lesson from Green Hill Gaming. I am now your history teacher, at least for Final Fantasy 16 anyway. And I am good, Daniel. What about yourself? And Chad, how are you doing as well? So I think I will start with compiled knowledge and with persons of interest. So we're going to start off with the main character of Final Fantasy 16, Clive Rosefield. Okay, so Clive Rosefield, an Imperial bearer turned deserter, who joined forces with Cid to hunt down the second dominant of Fire. However, after being drawn into a fierce battle with Benedicta, dominant of Garuda, the power of the mysterious icon Ifrit awakens within him, and he discovers that the dominant of Fire he has long been searching for, the one who killed his brother, was none other but himself. I actually think that has got to be one of the biggest twists in the series for me, as far as the Final Fantasy games that I've played, anyway, from start to finish, and so early on in the game's story as well. I love that. I'm good, thank you. Glad you're doing good, and no problem at all. And no problem, Chad. I am not doing good. We had the news my uncle is going to... Oh, Chad. I genuinely don't know what to say to that, other than I'm very sorry to hear. About that, Chad. Very, very sorry to hear that. Chad, that's going to be tough. Whoa. I genuinely don't know what to say, but I am very, very sorry to hear about your uncle, Chad. That's going to be really, really tough. I wanted to ask you 2 days ago that you have a Memor accent. So that was you. That was you in my No Man's Sky VR live chat asking me about what's a Memor. I'm not sure what a Memor is. Feel sorry, but I don't really know how to say it. Yeah, it's the same. I've thoughts of it, obviously with you, Chad, and it's a tough situation, you know. What I would say is, keep strong, for yourself and for your family's sake. And all you can do is just take each day as it comes, Chad, So there's different pages then. So that's the most recent knowledge of Clive. But you can actually go back, I believe. And certain things change. Not quite so what changes though. I think this is the most recent. So if you start from the very beginning, okay? Oh no, never mind, sorry. This is kind of confusing me now. Oh no, never mind. So this, yeah. So you have yeah. So there's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 6 pages so far related to Clive Rosefield. Starting from when he was at a young age all the way to where we are now. So I should have started from here, actually. I didn't know that this was the way that the 1,000 times was laid out. God of War, the head that... Oh, yeah. You're telling me I talk like Memor. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult, to be honest with you. But I will take it as a compliment nonetheless. I completely forgot his name. My aunt wants us to go back to our small hometown. As if it wasn't depressing enough, I have to be around toxic family members who put me down for not being the prodigy's son. Jesus. That is... Yeah, that adds to how tough of an already situation you find yourself in. A lot of us think that families are perfect, don't we? A lot of us think like every family's got to be perfect, but we just don't really realize that like families are not perfect, you know, and that's an awful situation to be in, Chad. You know, wow. All I can say, Chad, is do what's best for you. That's my advice. Do what's best for you. Your aunt might want you to go back to the hometown, but make the decision for yourself, Chad. And yeah, do what's best for you. So this is a young Clive Rosefield, first-born son of Archduke Elwin, ruler of Rosaria. From a young age, Clive dedicated himself to mastering the blade, and his practice paid off when he was appointed First Shield of Rosaria, tasked to guard the Phoenix and blessed with the ability to wield a part of his fire. Firstborn son of Archduke. See, certain things change. Okay. Firstborn son of Archduke Elwin, ruler of Rosaria. Though all expected him to inherit the Phoenix's flames and awaken as its dominant, destiny instead chose his younger brother, Joshua, to bear that burden. In search of a role of his own, Clive dedicated himself to mastering the blade, and his practice paid off when he was appointed First Shield of Rosaria, tasked to guard the Phoenix and blessed with the ability to wield... Okay, so it's interesting, as the pages go along, it's like a different version of the previous one. It's quite interesting. Firstborn son of Archduke Elwin and First Shield of Rosaria, though it was his sworn duty to protect his father and younger brother, both lost their lives in a tragedy brought about by his mother, Duchess Annabella. Taken into custody by the Imperial Army, he was branded as a bearer and forced to serve as a slave soldier. I actually found that really quite interesting, as well as the fact that your own mother turns against you in such a dramatic way as well. Now that you mentioned it, Nemo got found. How is your day going? It's going good so far, but I have to say, like, kind of like taken back by the sad news, you know, with Chad's uncle and situation he finds himself in. It's kind of hard for me to, like, I'm not that kind of person that can just like say, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, and then just ignore it and move on and do a live stream like nothing happened. Do you know what I mean? It's a pretty sad situation for Chad, you know, so it's kind of on my mind now, but my advice to Chad is do what's best for you. Be strong for yourself and be strong for the family that wants you to be around them. But more than anything else is do what's best for you. But what about you, Daniel? How is everything with you? How's your day going? So he's now a reverend. So this is when he is taken into custody. Not so much custody, but he's just taken in by the Imperial Army. A slave soldier for the Holy Empire of Sandberg. Now in his 13th year of servitude, though drafted as a frontline infantryman, the magical might granted him by the blessing of the Phoenix quickly saw him promoted to an elite squadron of assassins. While he was assigned the moniker by which he is now known, their latest mission to descend into the Nisa defile, where bloody battle rages between the Iron Kingdom and the Republic of Dalnica, and take the head. Oh shit! 2 seconds there. Did I scroll on? Take the head. Shoot. Take the head. Take the head of Shiva's dominant. An imperial bearer named Deserter, after refusing to slay the dominant of Shiva, choosing instead to turn his blade on his own sergeant. As a force of crusaders closed around him, his freedom seemed as if it would be short-lived, until the timely intervention of Sid, a man who shared Clive's desire to see the dominant freed from their duchess. Together, they escaped to Sid's secret highway, and then the most recent one, Imperial Bear, branded Deserter, who joined forces with Sid to hunt down the second dominant of fire. However, after being drawn into a fierce battle with Benedictia, dominant of Gurada, the power of the mysterious icon Ifrit awakes within him, and he discovers that the dominant of fire he has long been searching for, the one who killed his brother, was none other but himself. What a twist. Just love that twist so much, and so early on in the game as well. I don't have feelings since my life is already fucked. I stop chat, but yeah, or stop not chat. Daniel. Stop. Please. We've got a man here whose uncle is literally dying. And he's having a really tough situation with going back to his hometown. Because he's in a tough situation with his family. You're just a kid, Daniel. Okay? All due respect, you're just a kid. And you're dealing with kid issues. And your life is far from fucked. So, just stop. Daniel, stop. Honestly. But glad you're keeping well anyway. It's not really a choice for me since my mum and aunt wants us to go. I know, but like, it would still be your decision, Chad, as you are an adult. That would still be your choice, like whether you want to go or not. Like, you know, don't let them force you to do or go anywhere, you know. My uncle and aunt are the only ones I considered real family members. My aunt is going back to their home country after the funeral. It's a tough one, Chad, but again, all I can say, man, is just do what's good for you, do what's best for you, you know? No, Daniel, the situation is his uncle is not in a good place, and it looks like, if I'm correct, Chad, like he is dying, which is really sad. And that's why I had to go at you there, Daniel, because at the end of the day, like, you can't be coming into the live stream saying, fuck my life, like some kind of like Zoomer teenager who didn't get what he wanted. You know, so he barges up to his room, slams his door and says, fuck my life. You're not the one with an uncle dying, Daniel. Do you know? Like, his uncle is literally on his deathbed, Daniel, so, you know, a bit of respect now, like, you know, instead of making it about you and your fucking terrible Zoomer life. Okay? And if that comes across as offensive, deal with it, Daniel. Okay? Anyway, we move on now. So, yeah, so that was Clive. And it's nice how it goes from when you first meet the character. So that's pretty much like if you wanted to kind of brush up on everything to do with Clive Rosefield, there it is. Right, so we heard about Joshua, which is Clive's younger brother. So we're now going to find out about him from when we first see him to where we last saw him. So this is Joshua Rosefield, second son of Archduke of Rosaria. Joshua was appointed heir to the ducal or ducal throne by virtue of his awakening as the dominant of the Phoenix. His love and admiration for his older brother Clive is absolute, and he is only too proud to have him serve as his first shield. His love for carrots, less so. Oh yeah, I remember that. He's not a fan of carrots. I'm sorry. Well, my intention was not to upset you, Daniel, okay? And, like, don't be sorry, just be respectful, okay? And trying to make everything about you. And understand that you are a kid. You have the best years of your life. Am I saying you got a perfect life? No. Nobody has a perfect life, whether you're a kid, whether you're an adult. But you are in the stage of your life where things overall are good for you. Okay? So just trying to make everything about you and try to look at the bigger picture in life going forward. But yeah, my intention was not to upset you, Daniel. Don't be sorry, just be respectful. And just don't look at everything from your perspective. That's my advice. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but yeah. But fuck me. Just seeing Strange Music's comment there, no, like I can't even cope. 6 of our dogs died. But that's pretty sad. I think we've all been there. I've lost 2 dogs, I think, in my time. That's pretty sad. And Strange Music, welcome to Green Hill Gaming as always. How are you doing? Welcome to my Final Fantasy 16 live stream, where I'm checking out the Encyclopedia of Final Fantasy 16, the 1,000 tomes, where it explains the lore, story, characters, and others of Final Fantasy 16. So good to have you in live stream, Strange Music. Hope that you enjoy. And if that's a genuine question this time, Strange Music, well, Chad Middleton's uncle is actually dying. So, yeah. Who is being mean? Nobody is necessarily being mean. I'm just saying things as they are. My intention is not to call somebody out as a big meanie or upset anyone. See, the thing is, like, I'm not targeting Zoomers here intentionally, right? I'm not going after young people here intentionally. I was young, everybody was young at some stage of their life. But, like, I feel that the younger generation, the Zoomer generation in particular, they need to learn how to be corrected. They need to deal with criticism. They need to be disciplined. They need to understand the concept of discipline and be corrected when they're on the wrong. And it isn't about saying sorry, you know, or anything like that, or being sad and expecting everything to be forgotten about. Like, you just have to say things as they are to these people, you know? That's what I feel. Anyway, look. Okay. So yeah, it is sorry to lose 6 dogs. That's a lot of dogs. They died of old age, so they lived enough. Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing overall. I'm good overall, Strange Music, but it's a bit upsetting what Chad is going through, you know? And it's hard to just shut that off, like, do you know what I mean? Other than that, I'm good. What about yourself, Strange Music? I don't know how long this live stream is going to be. Your own purpose of existence is your life goals. That's pretty deep. Did you get that from a fridge magnet? Your own purpose of existence is your life goals. So you're saying that the only purpose. You're saying that purpose. You're saying that the reason that you live is for your own personal goals. So forget about the mother that gave birth to you, that clothed you, sheltered you, fed you, kept you healthy and safe. Forget about her. Forget about the teachers that educated you so you could live a somewhat productive life. Forget about them. Forget about everyone else who benefits your life, because they don't matter. Your personal goals matters. No, I disagree with that, actually. I know I'm getting all deep in this live stream now, but I have to disagree with that. I don't think the purpose of your existence is for your own life goals. I think that, you know, it's not as simple as that. How would you achieve your goals if it wasn't for your mother giving birth to you? If your mother didn't give birth to you, you wouldn't be alive, you wouldn't be breathing, would you? That's how I look at things anyway. Forget about life goals. You should care for your friends, your family. No, Daniel, just repeating what I just said. Oh, this generation is an interesting generation. Really. Oh, I mean, I agree with you, Daniel. Like, but you're just literally quoting what I just said. But I agree with what you're saying. Like, life is not about yourself. You know, there's more to life than yourself. There's more to life than your own desires and your own goals. You can't achieve your goals without the help of someone else. If you wanted to set up a business, who do you go to? You go to a bank to get a loan. You present them with your business plan. You have to rent a property. Who do you rent a property from? The property owner. So, do you just do everything yourself? Oh, it's all about my goals. I want to set up a business. I'm going to be successful. But you have to rely on other people in order to get the success, don't you? I'm going to stop this anyway. Okay. Back to the story. Okay, so he doesn't like carrots. Okay, that's where we picked off. That's where we left off. Second son of Archduke of Rosaria and heir to the ducal throne. Upon the night of the imperial invasion of Phoenix Gate, the shock of seeing his father slain before his disbelieving eyes led to him losing control of his icon and setting the castle alight. That was a very dramatic and deep moment, so early on in the series. From the flames rose a second icon of fire, who we now know was actually his older brother, Clive, whose murderous rampage laid both the castle and the Phoenix low. We now move on to Jill Warwick. Not Jill Valentine, Jill Warwick. You're not dumb. Can we just stop this? Okay, I'm going to stop this, and I'm asking you to stop this. Look, Chad Middleton got some sad news as of late. Okay, he's going through a tough time. His uncle's on death's bed. Okay, I just don't want people making it about themselves and their mundane issues. Okay, they're stupid little issues, like Mommy didn't let me stay out late at night. Okay, if that comes across as offensive, so what? You have to hear it. But my intention isn't to upset anyone, okay, or to offend anyone. I don't want to hear I'm sorry, and I don't want the mood to be all like depressing, okay? I just said it as it is, okay? Chad Middleton is going through an actual problem right now. Is going through an actual tough time right now, and you know, okay? So just keep that in mind. Try to enjoy the rest of the live stream, and let's not make everything so dramatic, okay? Something always has to happen in this stream. Well, I mean, every time I go live, I start off by saying I share my passion of video games with the whole wide world. Now, obviously, if I'm doing a Johnny Talks live stream or video, it's different. Okay? But if I'm streaming a game, my intention is to stream my passion of that game and let people join and enjoy it. Okay? I can't control what people say. I can't control what happens. And I responded the way that I choose to respond. But right now I'm talking about I want to actually stream this game and actually check out the 1,000 tomes of Final Fantasy 16. Okay? That's my intention right now. I don't know if I care about the drama or the game. I'm guessing you care about the drama, to be quite honest with you. That's my guess. It's your choice what you want to care about. I can't tell you what to care about. Nonetheless, as Jill Warwick, born a princess of the Northern Territories, Jill was made a ward of Rosaria after her homeland's incessant raids were quelled by the duchy. I don't even know what, the duchy. She was raised in Roselet Castle alongside Clive and Joshua, who came to love her as a sister. Born a princess of the Northern Territories, Jill was made a ward of Rosaria after her homeland's insistent raids More Quill divided that she was raised in Roselet Castle alongside Clive and Joshua, who came to love her. Okay. When she waved the brothers farewell on the day they departed for Phoenix Gate, little did she know of the misfortune that awaited both them and her. So this is when she is now a dominant of Shiva and Clive's childhood friend. In the depths of Amnesia Defile, the two came to blows at the orders of the armies that enslaved them. Jill fighting to defend the priests of the Iron Kingdom, Clive obeying the Empire's orders to take the head of the for fuck's sake. I will be right back. Be right back. Sorry about that, I have to take a phone call. I don't care about the drama again. Sure. Thumbs up. I'm sorry to... Whoa. Chad, you have absolutely nothing to be sorry for. And I'm actually angry now that you actually feel... Not at you, Chad. I'm actually angry that you feel the need to apologise because of people making it about themselves. I'm actually annoyed now. Chad, you have nothing to be sorry for. You have no reason to feel sorry for. For God's sake, our uncle is on his deathbed. It's a really tough situation for you, Chad. I can imagine what you're going through. And you have nothing to be sorry for. Don't feel sorry. Do not feel sorry. And of course, listen, I'm always here if you want to talk, right? Doesn't matter if I'm streaming Final Fantasy 16. I mean, if you have something to get off your chest, you can get it off your chest. So, absolutely, Chad. Absolutely. And I'm glad that you were able to share that, you know? And hello, Lance Greenhill Gaming fan. Welcome to Greenhill Gaming. How are you doing? I think I've got about 20 minutes in the live stream, so I've got to keep that in mind. Great to have you in the live stream. I hope that you enjoy and checking out the 1,000 tomes of Final Fantasy 16, which is essentially the encyclopedia of the game. Okay, so this is when she's the dominant. Take the head of Shiva's dominant. Exhausted from her tilt with Titan, Jill came close to falling to her assassin's blades, but was spared at the last moment when Clive's memories of their time together came flooding back. Torgal the dog. Didn't realise there was that much on the dog. So this is when it's a little puppy. Clive's faithful friend, brought back from one of Archduke Elvin's expeditions to the frozen northern territories, where he was found half-starved and shivering in a snowfield, having presumably been separated from the pack. Elwin gifted the puppy to Clive upon his return, and the two became nigh inseparable. Clive's faithful friend got back to you. Until the tragic events at Phoenix Gate tore them apart. Why couldn't all that be together? So they having separate pages. It kind of makes it a bit confusing. Is this a good time? It's always a good time. Don't worry about what's going on in the live chat. you're completely welcome to the live stream, and of course it's a good time. I just got the game and I want some tips. Oh, you mean is it a good time to you just got this game? Is it? Tips. One tip that comes to mind is use the training area. I forget what it's called, but it's basically a training area. It's in the hideaway. And you can go to a training area. That's my tip. So you can practice parrying, evading, practice all the different abilities of each icon. Just practice, because as with every Final Fantasy game, combat is a massive part of the game, and the combat in 16 is so evolved now. It's so like it's so open now, so detailed now. So you're going to be doing a lot of combat in this game. So that's my tip to you: is practice. I wanted to ask if the game has side quests like the old games. Yes, it does. I haven't done very much side quests so far, but there is side quests in the game. Absolutely, yes, absolutely. So Clive's faithful friend, now fully grown after the tragic events of Phoenix Gate. Clive believed that Torgal was lost to him forever. However, their paths were to cross again sometime 13 years later when Torgal's new master, Sid, came to Clive's rescue in the depths of the Nissa Defile. Despite their long years apart, the two knew each other as if not a single day had passed since their separation. Okay, so the two were separated on the night of the tragedy of Phoenix Gate, yet reunited 13 years later at the depths of the night. In the intervening years, Torgal not only grew into a fine hound, but met with Sid, who trained him to work as a hunting dog. After meeting with Clive again, Torgal gladly returns to the service of his former master. Oh, the white chocobo that Joshua has, I think. That's Clive's. Clive's personal steed. Born in the stables of Rosaria Castle, Ambrosia was chosen by young Clive Rosefield to be his personal steed and raised by him from a chick. She is a proud bird and deeply loyal to her master, quickly turning her back upon any but he who should attempt to pet her. Clive's personal steed. During the attack on Phoenix Gate, she raced to Clive's rescue, saving him from certain death at any cost of an eye, a price she gladly paid. I want chocobos in this game. Is it a sequel? No. To my knowledge, the only sequels in the Final Fantasy series are Final Fantasy X2, Final Fantasy versus 13 or whatever the fuck they call that game, and Final Fantasy 7 Crisis Core. To my knowledge, those are the only sequels. The majority of Final Fantasy games are standalone games, standalone stories, characters, settings, etc. So yeah. Sid of Fists. I'm just going to call you Sid. Your name is Sid. Cornered by a battalion of Iron Kingdom Crusaders in the depths of the Nissa Defile, Clive thought his end was nigh, until Sid appeared and spirited him and Jill away to his secret hideaway in the Deadlands. He definitely has his own agenda. There's no denying that. Every character in every story has some kind of role like Sid, and he's doing things for himself. There's no denying that. He's gonna be like a second boss or something. Absolutely. Have a good day, everyone. I'm going to head out now. Chad, I will catch you in the next live stream. We'll chat again then. Chad, I honestly don't know what to say to you other than I'm very sorry for the situation, and I mean, stay strong, for yourself more than anything else. Yeah, and I will catch you in the next live stream, Chad. Take it easy, man. Take it easy. Founder and leader of the Hideaway, where he and his comrades labour to liberate bearers and dominants from servitude, a life that Sid knows all too well, as he bears the burden of being the dominant of Ramu, Warden of Thunder. No longer does he fight for any one nation, but for all the people of Valistia. Leader of the Hideaway, the dominant of... Born in a land beyond the Twins, Sid journeyed to Valistia as a sword for hire. It was here that he entered the service of Waldod, awakened as a dominant, and was finally elevated to Lord Commander of the royal family. However, he was soon to abandon his post and Benedictia that he might instead create a world where bearers and dominants can die on their own terms. There's quite a few characters there, isn't it? Just looking through it. Probably won't be able to read them all in the one live stream, but we'll go as far as we can. What do you recommend me to do to get more pro? What I already said, really, to be honest. Practice. Keep practicing. Keep practicing. That would be my advice. And here we have Benedictia Harmon, commander of the Kingdom of Waldod's elite intelligence. What the hell is that word? See, I did say it at the start of the live stream. Who sits by her liege's side at the highest tables of state. Most recently, in their negotiations with the Dalmics at the Zernitra stronghold. But Barnabas is not the only one with whom she shares a special bond. Benedictia also has eyes and ambitions for Hugo, commander of the Kingdom of Elite, true scholar of the Blade, who leads her loyal minions from the front. After attending the negotiations with the Dalmics at the Zintra stronghold, where she crushed the hopes of the Republican army while encouraging those of Hugo, she parted company with her liege lord in order to lead a secret incursion into Imperial territory. While her dalliances with Hugo would appear to be naught but a ruse guided by the hand of King Barnabas, her love for her former Lord Commander Sid was deep and true, and left an equally absolute hole in her heart where he fled forward. Dominance of good. After Clive took her power at Caer Norvent and the keep was set to fire, she and her comrades were forced into making a hurried retreat, only to be set upon by bandits. What was left of Benedict's power ran amok, summoning forth the raging whirlwind within. She was at last to lose her life at the hands of Clive Rosefield and his icon, Ifrit. You're good at this game. Well, based off this live stream where I'm reading text, or my previous live streams. Well, that means a person who gathers intelligence. I was thinking that, I just couldn't pronounce it. How was your day going today? Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. Thanks for asking. What about yourself? How's Hugo? Kupka's awakening as the dominant of the icon Titan thrust him to the forefront of Dalmatian policies, winning him influence over both the Republic's army and its policy making, as well as a personal fortune. He has little love for his country, taking advantage of his position to benefit himself and himself alone. His love for Benedict Carmen, however, is absolute, and he would gladly betray his every ally just to be with her. Oh. This is Dion Legage, leader of the Dragoons, the most elite warrior of the Holy Empire of Sandbreak, who are the first to leap into the fray when the Empire finds herself under threat, often literally. Dion is also a dominant of Bahamut, Warden of Light. Warden of Light? Interesting. Royal Night Lord's Commander, Lord Commander of the Kingdom of Warlord's army, he accompanied his liege to Fort Zernitra in the Republic of, I hate pronouncing these words, Dalmatia, to negotiate the provision of reinforcements from the Royal Order of Knights. The King of Warlord, the affluent and unshakable Barnabas Tamar, first of his name, few can meet his steely gaze without flinching. King of Warlord and dominant of Odin, the Warden of Darkness. At the Battle of Belnis Tor, he not only took personal command of the royal army, but rode into the fray himself, galloping through the air atop his six-legged steed and goading Bahamut into a duel that shook the skies. And also no problem for recommendations. No problem at all. Otto, Chief Steward of Sid's hideaway, who manages the day-to-day running of their operation in his friend's stead. Sid often being taken far and away by his bearer liberating activities. Even when Sid is at home, he prefers to leave such busy work to Otto, much to the hard-pressed purser's indignation. Gav, Sid's faithful scout, who puts his legendary nose to work by tracking the movements of slaver soldiers and the other object of interest in the hideaway, the ever agreeable fellow only to gladly delivering behind enemy lines. Can get it when you read too long, you get really tired. Good story. It is reading out loud anyway, at least. Good story or two out of it. The ever agreeable fellow. Clive had been long hunting, only to find himself being hunted in turn by the Imperials. As luck would have it, Clive arrived in the nick of time to save his life, forging an unbreakable bond between them. Tarja. I hear gunshots near me and I am getting scary. Well, that's not good. My advice, stay inside. I don't know. Stay inside. Stay inside. Where do you live? If you don't mind me asking. Resident, I'm asking for your address, by the way, just like, you know what I mean? The world's a big place, like. Resident Physicure, I can't even say that word, of Sid's hideaway. Tarja is an expert in all manner of medicines and medical interventions, skills that are indispensable in their deadland home, where they cannot call on healing magics. After Sid brings an unconscious Jill back to the hideaway from his expedition to the Nisha Defile, she is placed in Tarja's care. Ah, I love her. Her name is Charon, I think. One of Sid's most trusted allies, a merchant who calls the hideaway her home. Like, her home, my home. With little help from her hard-working yet long-suffering apprentice, Gotes, she can source whatever supplies the residents of the hideaway need, provided they are willing to pay. She wears a glass eye in her right socket. Have you noticed that? Gotes, he's quite funny actually. One of Sid's trusted allies, a gentle giant who has warm word for everyone. A gentle giant who has a warm word for everyone, but is not afraid to put his foot down in the face of injustice. Gortest's every waking moment is spent in service to his Nan, and he can do little of his own accord without her express permission. And we have resident blacksmith of Sid's hideaway, a sullen and secretive sort who prefers to drown his woes in drink and to share them. Never good. Never good. Never mind, it's my neighbour's. How the hell is your neighbour mowing the lawn? How does mowing the lawn sound like gunshots? They'd really want to get a new lawnmower. If their lawnmower sounds like gunshots. What the fucking lawnmower is that? Like, okay, okay, let me try to mimic a lawnmower. No, I'll stop. But this is a ton of gunshots anyway. Gunshots is like bang, bang. I live in Mexico and my two cousins live in Arizona. Cool. Well, at least you're relieved now that they're not actual gunshots. Hippocrates II Hyperboreans. What a name! I want to call him Bob. I'm calling him Bob from now on. Your name is Bob, okay? Deal with it, Bob. The Hydaba's resident historian, who's called Bob, whose lore for books has earned Bob the nickname Bob, seeks to unearth the secrets of this land of legend, and over the years Bob developed a deep knowledge of Valistran geography, history, religion, and folklore. Thank you, Bob. Thank you so much, Bob. Let's create a Bob. Quentin, the indestructible landlord of Lost Wings, Raverin, and the leader of the village. And that's, oh god, that was it. Whoa, what the hell? Oh, attendant to, oh, where did all these bastards come from? Okay. Attendant to Margaret, servant of the man who goes by the name Lord Margaret. Together, they travel across the Twins to some unknown end. This guy's got a lot of history. Archduke of the Grand Duchy of Rosaria and father of Clive and Joshua. Loved by his people for his steadfast leadership both at home and on the battlefield, which he put to good effect in quelling rebellious northern territories. Father of Eldon was born before his father, the previous dominant of the Phoenix, passed away, so he did not inherit the Icon's powers. Instead, he devoted himself to study of swordscraft and statesmanship, that he might lead his country from the front, which he did to wide acclaim in leading his armies in quelling the rebellious northern territories. He was beheaded by servants of the Holy Empire of Samgric to their ignoble attack on Phoenix Gate, known not only for his inspiring leadership and skill with a blade, but his disapproval of the mistreatments of bearers. His legacy lives on in those who oppose imperial rule in what remains of Rosaria. And this is Annabella Rosefield, Duchess of Rosaria, wife of Archduke Eldwin, and mother to Clive and Joshua. While she adores her younger son, she treats Clive and Jill with naught but tinily veiled contempt. Duchess of Rosaria, wife of... It was not only her beauty, but her connection to a bloodline that produced many previous dominants of the Phoenix that led to her being proposed as a bride by the young Archduke. Indeed, the two are cousins. Incest. Having known from a young age that her purpose in life was to preserve her Phoenix-bearing bloodline, she dotes on Joshua and scorns Clive. It was ever her purpose in life to preserve the Phoenix-bearing bloodline for which reason she betrayed her husband, that she might enter the League with a force she judged the mightier the Holy Empire of Sandrick. It was Annabella's treachery that led to the disaster of Phoenix Gate. Imagine that, like. There were some reasons, but I don't think you want to know. His lawnmower makes a popping sound. Well, you want to get his lawnmower fixed, isn't it? Rodney, Lord Commander of the Rosarian Army. Not only is he a skilled warrior and loyal guardian of the Rosefield household, he is also a fine tutor, indeed. It was he who trained Clive in the secrets of swordplay. While he may be a hard taskmaster, what a show! His belief and trust is the shields that serve under him, making him a much loved leader. The two share an unshakable bond of trust. Okay. Outranked only by his firm friend Archduke Eldwin, Murdoch and the shields accompanied Eldwin Joshua to the Phoenix Gate to perform the rite of essential communion, only to be set upon by the Imperial infiltrators. The second shadow icon fire within. Okay, I know I'm rushing through it now. Sorry. Sir Wade, a loyal shield of Rosaria chosen by Lord Commander Rodney Murdoch to accompany Clive on his expedition to Stillwind. Once but a lower-born page, Wade was inspired to join the ranks after a woodpile fell on him and his life saved by young Joshua. Murdoch to accompany Clive on his, he did all he could to return his favour that he owed Joshua for saving his life by doing the attack on Phoenix Gate. Wade was to meet the same fate as the prince. Sir Tyler, a loyal shield of Rosaria and scion of a noble family, Tyler followed in his father's footsteps in earning the service of the duchy, rising to the position of right hand man to the Lord Commander. He was chosen by Lord Murdoch to accompany Clive on his expedition to Stillwind, a level head who could be trusted not only to obey the young Lord Marquis' orders and keep him safe, but to help keep the fiery Sir Wade in line. He did everything in his power to assist Joshua and Archduke Eldwin's flight from Phoenix Gate on the night of the attack. His years of distinguished service were to come to a close when he was swallowed by the flames of the ravaging phoenix. Tiamat, a bearer of the service of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque, Timiar is the leader of the elite assassin squadron to which Weaverin assigned the Bastards. Literally, the Bastards. Their latest mission, to take the head of the dominant Shiva. To this end, they infiltrate the Nisia defile, where the forces of the Republic of Dalnikia and the Iron Kingdom are aligned against each other, though fucking hell, though none know the true name. Or has it that the man is born noble? Bear in service of the Holy Empire of Summer, or the man who now bears the name, is the leader of the Bastards, a squadron of elite assassins. It was on a mission to take the head of Shiva's dominant. Fuck off, Car. That his squadron, Weaverin, real name Clive Rosefield, turned upon him and cut him down. Beast, second longest serving of the Bastards, an elite band of slave assassins in service of the Holy Emperor of Sanbreque. He and his Sergeant Timir fought alongside each other for many a year, and Beast trusted him with his life. Alas, there was little Timir could do to save him from the boulder that was to fall from the skies during the ill-fated mission to infiltrate the Dalmatian Republic and take it. Avius, a branded soldier for the Holy Empire of Sanbreque, who served alongside Vivian. None know his true name. He and his band of elite assassins were tasked with taking the head of the dominant of Shiva, but he was to lose his life to a crusader's axe. I remember that right, an axe right in the head. It was a squishy one. It was a squishy one. See if I get time to read all these. Jesus Christ. When I had my 13th birthday, we went to a Chinese restaurant that looked like any other restaurant, and the owner said to never go to the freezer, and the cops were called because they noticed that 170 people were served to humans. We were lucky that we didn't eat humans. Very lucky. Very lucky. The reason we separated is because my cousins were traumatized. Imagine. Second in command to the Dragoons, the foremost fighting force of the Holy Empire of Sambric. His sword remains ever at the ready, should anyone be foolish enough to make an attempt on his life of his liege Lord Prince Dion. Chief strategist and former field marshal of the Dominican Republic, while there was a time he took personal command of his troops, Hugo rise to prominence led to his being recalled from the battlefield by his advancing ageism, for which he bears the inglorious, dominant, deep-seated grudge. Leader of the Dominican Parliament, and eldest and most experienced of his members, those elected by the States of the Republic, plus the dominant of Titan, who serves as an official advisor. Alas, Hugo does not take kindly to his advice being ignored. Second in command to Warlock's Royal Intelligence, serving under Benedicta Harmon, with whom he shares a deep bond of trust. Killed by footpads while attempting to evacuate. Freaking okay. What the hell is that? Oh, okay. I will reply to that message now in just a moment. Moss of the Chronicler. Far-fabled scholar of Valestian history and legend, even to this day, much of the serving knowledge of the distinct antique by the twins issues from the quill. In his later years, his writings attracted fierce criticism from certain scholarly circles, which resulted in him removing himself from public life. And the hooded man, which we now know, is actually Joshua, a mysterious figure who was first seen amid the chaos of the Imperial invasion of Phoenix Gate, immediately before the appearance of the second icon of fire. Interesting. The very icon that slew the heir to the ducal throne. Clive believes this man to be the dominant who murdered his brother and has sworn to take his revenge. Mysterious man that many believe to be the dominant of fire, he is rarely seen without his heavy robe nor his loyal attendant. The two journey together far and wide across the realm at an unknown end. Serious man, Clive first thought believed to be the dominant, but to Clive's eternal, he is proved otherwise. So we actually know that he is actually. So that's it. Those are all the persons of interest so far in Final Fantasy 16 in the 1,000 tomes. There's still the lay of the land, mysteries of the realm, and the bestiary. So there's so much more to learn about in the 1,000 tomes. I just wanted to show you the 1,000 tomes, what it was all about. So just say thank you so much for watching this live stream. Really appreciate it. The reason we were traumatized is because my cousins were traumatized. Final Fantasy 16 just installed. Thank you for the tips. Now I can play it in peace. No problem at all. I know a messenger sound effect. Thank you so much for watching. Much appreciated. And I will see you in the next live stream. Bye bye.